Hi, guys. Welcome back to Morant's Rants. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. I'm going to talk about something different today. I'm going to talk about high school wrestling. I want to give you some insight real quick. So you guys know we have this platform here. We do a finance channel. We talk about a lot of things on the public sector. And then, of course, we talk about any current events. So here's a current event, something that we need to pay attention to. I'll rewind it for you. So in 2016 is when I really got into high school wrestling, just because a local kid was super athlete. He was super human. His name was Anthony Mantanona. And they said, hey, he's going to be wrestling against La Quinta High School, my alma mater. They were like, go down there and, support La Quinta because they're a very good team, but this is a very good wrestler. So went down, saw the kid in person, and he was an absolute monster, right? And I was like, wow, takes me back. Like the most exciting thing to do in high school, period, is to watch a wrestling match. It's not football games. It's not basketball games. It's not school dances. It's an actual wrestling match. It is the ultimate. It is one-on-one. It is the most. And it's tied to your weight, right? So no, they might not be the toughest dude on the planet. They might not be the best, athlete. But at 106, 113, 120, you get the gist, right? You just keep going up on the weights. But these guys are one-on-one, whether it be through they're cutting weight, they're working very hard, they have that mental fortitude to actually push through when there's pain, and they're just fatigued, but they push each other, and they push each other to the brink. And it's pretty awesome to watch. So back in the day, I'm watching 2016, a kid named Anthony Mantanona from the Valley, Palm Desert. I've become a huge fan because why not? The kid is special, so you want to see him do it. So I believe when he graduated, he owned the record for the most pins in a career. So that was pretty amazing, in the state of California at least. So the kid's awesome. Then you see there's families, right? So I end up going to like Masters, CF Masters, and I go watch, and then you're like, hey, there's the Wicks. There's a family there, twins. They're kind of crazy. There's the Thomas twins at Calvary Chapel. And you're like, there's the Nevilles at Clovis. And so you find, and you find out all these other families, the Munoz brothers and Valencia, and there's all these kids out there that are doing great things at a high level. So you become a fan and you watch it at the top tier. But when you watch at that level, you want to watch that level only. You go to a regular gym and you go and you walk in and it's like, I don't know, Indio High School gym, you walk in, you're like, all right, these guys suck. Like, why am I here? And no offense to anyone there. I'm just saying in general, like it's not the caliber of athlete that you've been looking at when you see like Palm Desert, for example. Guys, when I first started watching Palm Desert Wrestling, they were 50th in the state. They were in the top 50 of the state. They're now top 50 in the nation, okay? This is a whole different level. It's a whole different world. They just placed fourth at state. They could have been third. They should have been third. But that says something when you're going up against Buchanan, number one team in the nation. There's Clovis. There's Poway. There's other good schools out there. And you watch them. And there's top-tier athletes out there. So Anthony Mantanona, big fan, watched him. And I watched him go through the motions. When he was a sophomore, he placed. When he was a junior, I don't want to say he got robbed, by no stretch. I mean, he did get beat, but he should have won the match. I can put it that way. At that day, he was the top wrestler in the world, or the top wrestler in the state that day, and he lost, it was eye-opening to him, but he learned, because his senior year, he went out there, he didn't take any risk, he won, and he won convincingly, and he should, and he is that good of a wrestler. So then they tell you his little brother, Troy's in the house, so you're like, all right, let me watch Troy. And Troy's gone out there and he's won plenty of high-level matches, and he ended up placing at state plenty of times. He did well, and he wrestled at Oklahoma too. By the way, Anthony, All-American 2 years ago at Oklahoma. These are top-tier level athletes. Let's talk about the little brothers. Hey, the little brothers, I watched wrestle since they were like in 5 years old. I've been watching Brock videos, right? You watch Beau in the gym every day. These guys from 6th, 7th, 8th grade. I've been there. You've been in the gym. So you go to the gym, you watch these little kids that are moving faster than everybody. You're like, God damn, dude, these guys are fast as hell. Like, what the hell's going on? It doesn't matter how much they weigh or what they don't weigh yet. They're going to get bigger. They're going to get stronger. And they're growing. And they're getting bigger and stronger. So then you watch the wrestling matches that are happening today. And then you see that the change is happening. You want to know how you go from being number 50 in the state to number 50 in the nation? And they're top 30 in the nation, whatever it may be. And they deserve it. Right? You want to know how you do it? There's a room full of them. A room full of monsters. You don't only have to go to Palm Desert High School. There's kids at Cat City High that are great. Shadow Hills, Rancho Mirage. They're all down here. Southern California is it the hotbed of wrestling? Not by any stretch, right? That's Fresno, that's Clovis, that whole area. But Palm Desert's great. They're getting better. So I'm bringing this all up for a point, guys. Palm Desert Wrestling is at the pinnacle right now with the underclassmen, and there's a lot of them that I'm not even naming, but between Eric, Daniel, and I'm just naming first names. I could give you last names. There's plenty. I know them all. Daniel Herrera, state champion, 285, sophomore. Like, he's the heavyweight champion for the state of California as a sophomore. Kind of reminds me of Seth Nevels. Could have won last year too, but there was no wrestling season last year. Next is going to be, Sonny. Sonny's out here at 195, big boy, sophomore, killing it. Caleb got beat at state, but guess what? Caleb's a great wrestler at 220. Then you have guys like Beau and Brock, these two brothers. There's another brothers out there too. They're all on the team. All these guys were in Masters, state, whatever, doesn't matter. But let's just talk about the Mantanona boys, these guys. Brock comes out and Brock wins the state title at 126. Number one wrestler in the state at 126, wins state title, great, as a sophomore. Phenomenal for the state of California, where it's very hard to win. The hotbed. California's great at wrestling, don't get me wrong. There is Pennsylvania, there is Iowa, there is other states out there, Minnesota, Nebraska, tons of other states out there good at wrestling. California's one of them. So then you go through and you see Beau Mantanona at 138 wrestle Michael Michael Jaffe, that's his name. Him and his brother Jack Jaffe. These guys are like top tier wrestlers, guys. That family's a good wrestling family from Buchanan, the number one team in the nation, year in and year out, right? Whatever it may be. And he wrestles Michael, and he's beaten Michael twice already. Beau Mantanona is the number one wrestler in the country at 138. Michael's number two, arguably. Like if you're asking people, right? These guys are the top tier wrestlers. This is top tier talent, okay? Top tier talent deserves top tier refs. So they're wrestling at state, guys. And did you know the state of California, you know what they do? Because they did this with Anthony back in the day when Anthony wrestled one of the Thomas brothers. I want to say Justin Thomas from Calvary Chapel, right? I want to get that right. But they wrestled in the state finals. It was the last match of state. That tells you, like, hey, we know it's a big match. They always make it that way so that the number one match is the two top guys in the whole state, the whole nation, whatever it may be. And that's what it was back in 2017, 2016, those years. And now you have it again right now upon you. The last match of the night is Beau and Michael Jaffe. So, and it reminds me of like whatever that HBO crap was, that show, the Jaffe, King Jaffe. No, but anyway, so they go and wrestle. Best kids in the world. And the top tier. Listen, when you ever watch wrestling like that, you just want to keep watching it because they're the best, right? So these guys go through it, sudden death, double overtime, all this stuff. It doesn't matter, guys. There's controversy there. The refs, who are not top tier talent, I promise you that, awarded points to Beau with about 15 seconds left, gave him points, then proceeded to call back points. Therefore, Beau thinks he wins the match. It is announced he is the state champion over the PA, while the refs start talking, and then they change their mind. Guys, a wrestler, when he's wrestling mid-match, literally can't stop going and or keep going if he thought he already got the points. You see, if I am awarded 2 points, I'm naturally going to go to a neutral position and try to ride it out and win the match. But if you say, hey, I gave you 2 points, you don't have to do anything else, you're going to win now. Or if you say, here's 2 points, but just in case you might want to keep trying to score because we don't know if we're really going to give them to you. You don't have that going on when you're at that level. You're thinking that ref's the best in the world. So why am I making this video, guys? My man right here, Beau Mantanona, was cheated out of the state championship again. Oh, it's happened before. Go look at his freshman year. He got cheated out of 2 points, and he should have won that. And he was going up against the number one wrestler that year as well. But Beau got cheated out of the state championship. What does it mean? Why am I so passionate about it? Well, one, he'll win an NCAA title in my mind. I think this kid's that good. He's already fully committed to Michigan as a junior. He is phenomenal, flawless. We know how good he is. He's on the U.S. team for nationals. He goes and wrestles overseas, Budapest, Hungary, whatever it may be. He's top tier talent. We get that. But what I want to tell you is this: California refs for wrestling, I want to thank you. I want to thank you in advance. Okay, you're creating a monster. You guys think that this kid's going to be down on himself? You guys think that he's not going to be able to break out of this funk? I've seen the kid. I've seen his determination. And then I've also seen his family and the way they prep, right? That family's all in. Father, mother, sister, brothers, all of them. It's a whole goddamn gang. And you're waking up a monster. You're creating a monster. So I thank you in advance, California refs that can't ref for shit. Beau's going to come out here and tear the world apart. That kid is building up something inside of him that's been boiling over, and now it's 3 years and counting. Good luck to whoever has to wrestle this kid next year. You're going to need it. Thanks, California refs. You're absolutely terrible. Get your shit together, California. We have this whole world watching. Everyone was paying to watch. Everyone's streaming the match. Everyone's trying to figure out who's the best wrestler in the country. And we didn't even get a fair fight because you had terrible refs on the scene. Enjoy the state finals of whatever state you're watching, guys, when it comes to wrestling. But I'll be watching NCAA finals. And Beau Mantanona is going to be there. That's my video. Have a good night.